episode of Live and Dirty at 5:30. Yeah, was last week the week we went to the bonsai thing? I think it was.
Yeah.
So last week we were a little short, and I wish we would have stayed on the live a little bit longer because the bonsai thing was kind of lame.
Yeah. You should show your haircut.
Yeah, got a new haircut today for Australia. So I shaved and got a haircut. Getting ready for that. But yeah, the bonsai thing, I think it took us 45 minutes to get there, and we were there for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, a little bit of a disappointment, but we are back for this week's Live and Dirty at 5:30. So if you guys are new, welcome to that, or welcome to this, where we go around the shop, we answer weekly questions, show what we've been working on. Like I say, I've got my phone somewhere. I was going to show some of the rough sticker ideas for the shrinking
there
disc.
You go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dennis
so,
is
Jamie,
here.
Welcome, Dennis. Let me grab my phone.
And Artman's here.
Welcome. So I've been wanting to do some artwork for our shrinking discs, the Hot Shot shrinking disc. So I'm working again with Jeff Norwell.
He did the MGA shirts.
Yep, he did the MGA shirts and posters. So there's our rough, just our rough sketch of what they're going to look like, and he's going to refine that and make it super cool.
Yeah.
And then we'll have stickers that go with the shrinking disc, and we might do a poster too. Depends on how they go. Posters don't sell all that well because I think I've got hundreds of salty posters.
MGA.
I don't have hundreds of
Not
those.
hundreds,
I
but
think
you
I only
have
got
them.
I think I only got 100 of those printed, and then the black and white shop style poster. We've got a bunch of those too. So they never took off. So we might do posters, we might not. But yeah, I'm glad you guys are here. So
Mike Daniels is here.
yeah, welcome. Yeah, the weather's kind of crappy outside, so
Yeah, it's kind of dark in here tonight.
yeah, I
'cause
was gonna
it's
say
raining.
if by chance we lose power due to the rain, we'll just catch you next time.
Yeah.
But
Artman's here. So happy evening from Fabit.
yeah,
Making rim hangers for rims to be able to powder coat them.
nice,
Cool.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Todd.
took some stuff over to the powder coater today for some prototype parts. So let's see how those turn out. And I was gonna say something I forgot. Oh, we had a really good metal shaping class over the
Yeah.
weekend. I was gonna say there was a lot going on with that. So we had our second to last metal shaping class of the year here over the weekend, and everything went really good. We had a lot of great people from all over. We had British Columbia, Canada,
Yeah.
and we had
Utah.
Texas,
Yeah.
2 local Ohio guys, a guy from New York. So it was a really good class. Yeah, so hopefully they enjoyed it. John was in the video that came out Monday night. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. A little bit different than normal, but we're trying a whole bunch of different stuff and just seeing how it goes. I was hoping more guys, I was hoping everybody would have done interview stuff so we could get a lot of perspectives, but
That's fine. It's not for everybody.
yeah, a lot of people don't like talking on camera, so I get it.
Rick says, always good to see you.
Yeah.
Yusimoto, Brandon's here, said, hey, y'all. That rain Sunday was wild. Saw a bunch of down limbs and trees on his way out of town, which we got like a weird storm at, 2:30,
Yeah,
3
on Sunday,
o'clock on Sunday?
it got really rough.
Like, it looked a little tornado-y.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but Brandon was here.
Yeah.
He was here for our metal shaping class, and he signed up on Patreon, and he's helping us get our Discord server kind of dialed in and figured out since that's a new thing.
Yeah.
So that's one thing we're offering is if you become a Patreon member at patreon.com/Cornfield Customs, that gets you access to our private Discord server. So we have 2 tiers of Discord, and if you're not familiar with what Discord is, it's just like a chat room or like a forum. But it's private, so we don't have any of the BS from Facebook and Instagram and all that stuff. But we're getting it set up into groups where you can come in and be around like-minded people in the community, so we can build a community to answer questions, talk about projects, all of that stuff. So all of that information is on our Patreon page, and you can get signed up to Discord as we get that community built. And I watched like an hour video today on making sure we get everything set up right. So hopefully that's working out. And like I said, we're bouncing ideas off of a couple of you guys that are watching.
Yeah.
So thanks for the support, and thanks for being a sounding board so we can get it taken care of.
yeah. Outshine Copper's here. Hi, says
Yep,
hi.
welcome.
Let's go. So what you got going on out here? Oh,
Yep.
you might need to wipe this camera off. It was dark
Again?
in there.
Yeah.
So I couldn't tell how
Let me grab a new microfiber.
the lights are a little
Halo-y?
halo-y. Yeah.
I'll let you wipe
Oh
the
gosh.
camera off.
Okay, hold on one moment. Okay, see, hopefully that's a little better. Okay.
Yeah, better?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. So this week, today is Thursday.
Yeah.
Today I bent frame rails. Yesterday I bent frame
Ton
rails.
of frame rails.
The day before I bent frame rails. And then Monday, what did I have going on? We got the windows tinted in the truck.
Yeah.
And I did a bunch of running around and a bunch of housekeeping stuff in the office.
Shipping.
I did a bunch of shipping on stuff. So Monday was almost a wash. And then, yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I've been bending frame rails.
Yeah.
So the good thing is we knocked some stuff off of our list and I added more stuff to the list. So we got the Sokol rails done. I got Bob Jennings rails done. I think I got a couple more sets coming in, but tomorrow I'm gonna finish up these parts for Machine Gun Ken, and then Gene dropped off one more part I have to get handled for that.
Oh yeah, and you got what was that? You had to weld up a rear end or something too? Drive shaft? Drive shaft.
Yeah, I welded up a drive shaft that got dropped off, an aluminum drive shaft that got dropped off Monday. Oh, what else? It's just never ending. Everybody's catching wind that I'm gonna be gone for a while, so they're thrashing to get stuff over here. And Monday I cleaned up from the class a little bit, and yeah. So frame rail stuff that has been the majority of the day, of the week. All of these dark ones here, there's 20 individual tubes, so 10 sets. These are all custom design rails for a client. So now I got to go through and just wipe all the excess oil off and the layout marks. But yeah, these were a little bit of a chore. They're 2x4 by 188 wall, so they're heavy. And then I had to come through, lay them all out, do 4 hardway bends, set them to the side, then change the tooling out on the machine to go from hardway to easy way, do 2 easy way bends on each rail. That way, coming back, it kicks out with a 2-inch offset. Do that on all of them, then change the machine back again, and then come through and do the last 3 hardway bends on the rails to finish them out. So that's why these took quite a bit of time, just because each tube was handled, each tube was handled 4 times, getting it in the shop, laid out, bent, easy way, and then hard way bent. So yeah, all of this here on the floor was moved about 100 times total. It was just, yeah, I'm a little sore today.
Yeah. Gary Donnelly said hi.
Yeah,
and Dennis
welcome.
wants to know if you have a test jig for those ones.
Not for these. Not that I don't think we need a test jig. It's always good to verify. But even when we've done test jigs for the production parts, doing hundreds of rails, we've never had one not fit the jig unless we really made a mistake, like bent it backwards. So it's pretty much spot on. The client has a jig, and if he were to say, hey, one doesn't work, I would rebend that rail, of course. But we've bent multiples for these clients, and they're all fine. So again, I get that stuff can change, but usually you'll see it. You'll see it as you bend it. Like I said, you'll realize that you've bent it the wrong way. But I always triple check all of our layout marks. I double check all the bend angles as I'm programming it. And then once I bend them, I lay them all out together and you would see a difference. Just the last hardway bends, I just toss here in a pile because they're just 2 the same direction and 1 reversed. So if I catch one that's screwed up when I go through and clean them, I'll rebend it, but I feel pretty good about these.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's starting to rain pretty hard here, guys. So hopefully
it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yep. And then these on the table, I came in and did this morning. So I cut, cleaned, laid out, bent, and cleaned up, ready to ship. These pretty much before lunchtime, I think.
How long are those?
189.5 overall. Yep, 189.5 overall. So these are for 1973 to 1979 Ford F100 4-wheel drive short wheelbase.
Wow.
So that's what those are.
Gabe is here. He said good evening.
Good evening, Gabe. And Gabe is also on our Discord server. So Gabe, you'll have to check out some of the stuff I changed today and see if you notice a difference. Like I said, we're all learning how the Discord thing works together.
Yeah, it's not metal, so it doesn't come
Yeah,
naturally
exactly.
to you.
Yeah, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is all I've been doing this week. And like I said, I've got a bunch of small parts I have to do for Ken, waiting on confirmation on a handful of other frames I have to get bent and shipped out before I go to Australia. We are, I guess, on the official countdown.
I know, 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks. Yeah, so I fly out on the 8th, which is 13
Next
days.
Wednesday.
Yeah, a week from this coming Wednesday. So I have to get got a bunch of tools out at the CNC shop and at the powder coat shop. We're trying to get ready to head over to Australia. So we're going to try to get them in and get that stuff shipped out. And we actually have a video meeting with the guys over at Moto Retro in Sydney right after this live event. So we're not going to be able to run over because we have to get ready for that meeting. But it's just, yeah, extremely busy.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to film a video on the Linux, so a reciprocating machine. We're going to try to do that maybe Saturday morning. Try to get that.
Yeah, we
get
could
that
maybe
filmed.
do it tomorrow.
Yeah, we tried to do it today and we ran out of time.
Yeah.
But yeah, just busy, and going to try to get a bunch of videos stacked up just in case I don't get to do a lot of filming and editing while I'm over in Australia. That way you guys get something. And I haven't told you yet, but I'm going to try to sweet talk you into doing the first podcast episode for our patron and Discord members. So we might try to do that Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good thing I said, let's not have plans this weekend,
Yeah.
just to be safe.
Yeah. So.
Because
Yeah,
next weekend,
You got your nephew's band stuff the
my
following.
nephew has a band contest, and it's at home. So we're going to go to that because it's actually down the street instead of 2 hours away. So.
Yeah. So, yeah, the podcast is going to be coming back, but that's going to unfortunately be behind a paywall. I hate to add paywalls to stuff, but I can't keep doing everything for free. So we're going to have some stuff that you have to pay to get to, like the podcast and on the Discord thing.
Yeah. There's still plenty of stuff on YouTube.
Yep, plenty of free stuff on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. You know, we do these live events free every week, so you don't have to pay to get behind or to get some of the stuff, but if you want all the extra bonus stuff, yeah, we just have to do something.
Yeah, we've got to find a balance, right?
Yeah, got to find a fair balance. And for everybody that is already on the Patreon and the members and on the Discord, the support is greatly appreciated, and it also gets you guys discounts to stuff too.
Yeah.
So it supports the channel, but it also helps you guys out a lot too. So again, I appreciate the support from just watching the live events.
Gabe said it keeps certain kind of people out of the comments.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, if they want to pay to come in and argue, I mean,
that's true.
Whatever, but
who's winning in that situation?
Exactly.
I guess, so.
It just really helps streamline everything and build a good, solid community of people that want to be there for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it
Trying
thins
to ask
out the cesspool.
questions and learn stuff. And
Yep.
Oh, you did have your phone.
Yep, I did. I couldn't tell if it was a text message or if somebody was messaging on Discord to see if it was working.
Oh, which is probably fair too.
Yeah, fair too.
Yeah, Brandon said that.
Yeah.
He was agreeing with Gabe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dennis said Wade will not be there.
Nope.
I haven't put my Suck It Steve sticker on anything yet. I got to figure out what I want to put it on.
I know. Yep, good old Suck It Steve. So the funny thing is, on this flight to Australia, it's going to be 15 hours from LAX. I'm going to have a lot of time to think of really good ideas for posters and stickers and T-shirt designs. So hopefully when I come back, I've got a lot of stuff. So if any of you guys happen to be really good artists with that kind of stuff, let me know and we can do some collaborations on sticker designs.
Gabe said, good call, Dennis.
Yeah.
Restoration Revival, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, we got to, I don't know if you heard us a little bit ago, but we got to make a call down there later tonight.
Yep, and I think I've mentioned this on other videos, but I'm going to mention it again. For any of our Australian viewers or New Zealand, anybody that's coming to the classes in Moto Retro, or you're in the Sydney area and you want me to bring special tools, T-shirts, or whatever to have set aside for you, please let me know. Because we're really trying to figure out how much stuff to send, because I'd really like to send just the right amount of stuff. That way I don't have to ship it back home.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this and you want to buy a file holder or just whatever, t-shirt, poster, let me know so I can have it ready for you and labeled, and it's guaranteed to have it. Because if not, if you're towards the end of the month of classes, I might be sold out. So just, if you're watching and you want something, let me know so I can make sure to bring it and set it aside for you. And I'll do a Facebook post about it too, because I think I get a lot of Australian viewers on Facebook.
And maybe tag Moto Retro too, so
Yeah.
it can all. But Dalton White has some questions. He says, is it a good idea to run a bead profile back through the pole max where the two halves were welded?
Yes, you can do that as long as you have a good guide fence, whether that be your edge or an offset guide fence. So once you get the two halves welded together and it crosses through, you can run that multiple times and it'll just crisp all of that up. You're not going to hurt anything unless you get off of the designated bead profile line.
Cool. And Dalton said he joined the Patreon, but having trouble with the link for the Discord. Sorry if he missed that already, but we might be able to message it.
Yeah, we could probably message you directly. Yeah, just shoot me a message. I don't remember, is it Facebook, Instagram, email, whatever, and I'll get you that link. And then we will double check the Discord link in Patreon to make sure it works.
Yeah.
Dennis. We'll get that going.
Dennis said thanks to Gabe. And then Restoration Revival said, how much are your shrinking discs?
Shrinking discs are $100.
Yep.
And yeah, hopefully we'll have those. Yeah,
American.
yeah. Hopefully we'll have those new stickers coming too.
Yeah.
I'm excited about those. It's been something I wanted to work on.
Which,
and we're
the shrinking disc stickers.
Yep.
Oh, in time for.
We'll see if he gets me the finalized one today.
Yeah, we will see. We will see.
Yeah, and we're working. The poster is in the works too for our metal shaping. Like the classes, I give a handout, and it's just my crappy handwriting and crappy artwork. So we're getting that turned into like an informational shop poster as a reference. Again, Jeff Norwell's doing some of the artwork on that, and we'll have an 18 by 24 poster you can hang up in your shop as a quick reference for shrinking, stretching, form, and how things work. So hopefully it turns out as cool as I think it is. I don't think I've got one of my crappy ones laying around.
Dalton said, sounds good. And then he said, heck yeah, on the poster.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think we kind
Yeah,
of
because Dalton has one of the handouts from not the class over the weekend, but the previous one.
And I think your December class is sold out now, right?
Yep, December class is sold out, and Dalton will be there. You can stay there.
Okay.
Because I think one of those little handouts I threw away.
We've worked on dates for next year. We just haven't gotten to the point of, we'll probably wait till.
I might go ahead and put that out because a couple people have messaged me. So if you want to come over and show this, this is my crappy version of the handout. So it just has pretty much all the basic information that we cover in the class as a reference, and then just typical Mike ramblings on there. So hopefully the artwork that Jeff comes up with is going to be way better than what I've got.
I don't know if I can almost get it all in frame.
That's all right. Just so you guys have an idea of what I'm talking about. Instead of it just being this, it'll be a lot cooler looking and blown up, like a shop reference chart.
Yeah, and I guess we might have to talk about that. You probably won't put the whole thing online, like maybe I don't know, because if not, people could screenshot it, I guess. But I don't know. How
I mean, if you want to screenshot it and send it to have posters made, you know, like I think I sell posters for $10 because I buy them in bulk. I think if you have one poster made, it's like $50.
Yeah.
So it's not really saving you a whole lot.
Yeah.
But if you want to do that, you can do that.
Yeah. Brandon said that'd be cool for the poster.
Yep.
Artman said short videos are nice, to the point, great info.
Yep. And I think that's kind of our sweet spot is like 20 to 25 minutes. I think much more than that, it's just tough to keep people's attention because I know I can't sit still for that long. We've tried the longer format videos and we've tried shorter ones, and I really feel that like the 20 to 25 minutes fits our demographic really well.
Yeah, yeah. Gary Donnelly said he's seen those discs at work and they work great. And Dalton said he thought of framing that sheet a couple of times. So yeah, if you just hang out for a little bit, we'll get a cool version and a nice stock.
Yeah, nice cardstock.
Cardstock paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing is like these aren't, like I said, my handwriting kind of sucks. My artwork kind of sucks. So if we get that professionally done, I think it's going to look really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what other questions you guys got? Because like I said, it's been a busy week, but you know, we haven't been working on car stuff as much as I'd like. It's trying to get all of these frame rails done and buttoned up and out the door before I leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just a mad dash. And I think maybe this weekend I'm gonna clean off our board and have like a countdown board So since the majority of all the big stuff has been crossed off, I can wipe it down and do, this is the stuff we have to get done before we go to Australia, because it wraps up. Is that this week? Is tomorrow the 27th?
Yeah, Saturday is 27th, but
Yeah, so it wraps up on Saturday anyway, so that gives us the remaining time, and I can just put top priority stuff, and I'll put stuff on our list of make sure that we pack up, ship out tools, all of that stuff. And hopefully next week, hopefully before next week, I will have the first of our wedge lock style T-dolly holders. I saw the main machined body today and took it over to the powder coater to see what kind of coatings we can get on that. And he's working on the face plates and the pivot mounts on the back.
Cool.
So hopefully in the next week, I'll have the first finished prototype to show you guys, and I'll have a basic price point for what they're gonna cost.
Yeah.
So.
Fabit wants to know, are you putting, letting people know coming to the shop that they can bring a part to work on? Like at the class?
Yeah, so usually people ask if they can, but I mean, I guess I don't really have that on the website. It'd probably be good information to put on there.
Yeah, and I guess, no, sorry, I'm mixing Fabit up with somebody else. I was thinking about the Australia too, if you would do that, but probably not for Australia, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't know what Motor Retro's
Right.
deal is, so I don't want to speak for them, especially because I don't have all the information yet of what the
Agenda.
what the agenda is for the class. So hopefully I'll have more of that tonight. But yeah, I should probably put that on our website that you're able to bring a small project that you've been struggling with.
Yeah.
But usually people just ask me and I say, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, for sure for our classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would think, I don't know if that would be a problem there or not, but.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, and something else interesting kind of happened with the e-bike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so for Bonneville and El Mirage, you can peek through here. I bought a Super 73 e-bike. I'm not really an e-bike kind of guy, but
You are an e-bike kind of guy now.
I guess I'm an e-bike kind of guy now. So I got a Super
think you're
73
shiny.
that we can use at Bonneville and El Mirage. It's super handy, small, lightweight. Me or Jamie can ride it, just charges overnight.
It's fun.
It's fun. It's not fast, but it's fun. It gets you around out
It's
there.
pretty fat. I mean, it's for a bike.
Yeah, and like I rode it around town a couple times.
Yeah.
And I got approached by another e-bike company that wants me to do a special edition e-bike. So I think they're gonna send me the bike and I have to do the paint stuff. And I think we're gonna style it after the MGA. So we'll have it painted the MGA colors. I'll make discs for the wheels. We'll put the same numbers on it because that's kind of what we got it for, was being at Bonneville. And if that goes well and they want me to do more, we might do a GT inspired one. We might do a modified Roadster inspired one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we'll just see how it goes.
yeah, something interesting. So keep your eyes out for that. I think they're going to try to get it to me before I go to Australia, but I told them it'd be a couple months before we actually get the finished product to, or we don't have to ship it back. We just have to get them some really good pictures of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, something interesting I never thought I'd be doing was designing a paint scheme or style points of an e-bike.
Yeah.
So interesting stuff.
Brandon wants to know, are you going to get a chance to see the Australian salt flat while you're there?
No, I'm not going to,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to get up there.
He said it's pretty far from Sydney, he thought,
Yeah.
though, which it is, I think, right?
Yeah. If we do this in the future, I'm going to, like if I go back to teach, I'm going to try to coordinate that to where maybe I could go to the salt flat race in Australia. So we just have to figure out if we could make that happen and just make it happen.
Yeah.
Because Aussie Bob, I don't know if he watches these, but I work with him at Bonneville, and we've talked about me coming over to one of the DSLR races. I'd love to, and I'd really love to take either the modified Roadster or the MGA, but that cost is enormous getting it shipped over.
Yeah.
So I think we would start with just going to a race and maybe helping with tech there, but I think it'd be a really good time.
Yeah.
So
We got Mike Clarahan said, hi. Dennis said, what is blue and red above you? I think it's the Sun Machine.
the Sun Machine. Yeah, so we've got numerous Sun Machines here. That's a bigger engine tester. What?
Can you? Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know what you wanted.
Well, or I was going to have you move, but
Okay.
that's fine.
Yeah, so there's one of our engine testers. This one's just a nightlight in the shop. I think that's what he was wanting.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. Here,
Yeah,
hold on.
I've got so much stuff.
Here,
It's
if
hard to
you-
keep track.
Let me see. Scoot to the left, to your right.
Yes.
There you go.
Stage
there you
right.
go. And you can see the gantry and all this. That's what that's called, right?
This?
Yeah, what's that called again?
Mezzanine.
Mezzanine, wrong word, sorry.
Yeah.
Gabe wanted to know if you'll give the e-bike a nickname.
It'll probably just be Lyme disease 2 or Lyme disease mini.
Mini, yeah.
Mini.
Someone else said, as a mechanic, when replacing the carburetor system with an electronic fuel injection system with an engine size of 4.2 liters to 3.5 liters, does it harm the performance? And the difference is 119 cc's.
I have no
I think
idea.
you're
I'm
the-
not a mechanic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you're the wrong person to
Yeah,
ask.
I don't do any mechanical work. I just
you
do
can
sheet
help.
metal and chassis. So yeah, I think a couple weeks ago we had a bunch of engine diagnostic questions, and I am not the guy for that.
Yeah, yeah. Dennis said, nice, he worked with them years ago.
Yeah.
Son.
Yeah, so we've got that Sun machine, and then there's
The
two of them in the office, and then we have a Sun distributor machine, and then I have a Snap-on Distribuscope, which is Snap-on's version of a Sun machine, which most people haven't seen the Distribuscopes. Let's go.
Okay,
Field trip into the darkness.
field trip.
My head feels weird after the haircut.
I know. Well, it's been a minute.
Yeah, I haven't had a haircut since July.
Yeah, if you haven't figured out, Mike's really bad about that. Like, you'll watch his videos and his hair just gets longer and longer,
Longer and longer.
longer.
Yeah, so this is my Snap-on Tools Distribuscope. So it's pretty neat. It's stuck, the little dial is stuck on 1957 Studebakers. So it's pretty cool. Not a lot of people have ever seen a Distribuscope. I've never even tried to plug it in because I'm just afraid it'll blow up and then I'll not have a Distribuscope. But what most people are used to seeing is
And
a
sorry, it's so
standard
dark.
Sun distributor machine, which is here behind this aircraft canopy. So this is what's most common.
Oh yeah, I forgot I can zoom.
Yep.
I learned that the other day.
Yep. And then over there in the corner is our Snap-on Distribuscope.
Yeah, Dennis said he used the Sun machine more than the. I didn't say anything about the Snap-on one. But
Yep. Yeah, because I've only seen pictures of one other Distribuscope. Even a couple Snap-on dealers that have been here, and they're older Snap-on guys, they'd never seen one. So, yeah, just something interesting.
Yeah. Do you want to pull your flashlight out, maybe?
Is it really that dark?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Well, I don't think you can see the. Like I was trying to see the. There we go. I think that's way better because now I can actually read Studebaker. I couldn't see Studebaker. I don't know. Might be my bad eyes.
Yeah, you better not have bad eyes, just got them LASIK.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what other questions you guys have? Let's get them in. We got a half an hour to go before we have to call it a night.
Yeah.
So, is it too dark in here? You want to go back out to
Yeah,
the
let's go
bright
back
shop?
out there. It's,
All right.
I'll show the parking lot for a second because it's all rainy. Usually it's so bright out there that I have to like get you to move out of the glare, but
Yep.
not tonight.
Not tonight. Yep, and unfortunately, I've just been so busy, I haven't had any time to work on any of the race car stuff.
Yeah,
Just any personal stuff in general.
yeah,
Haven't got a chance to work on the GT, I haven't worked on the MGA, pretty much nothing.
yeah. Rahan, will you clarify? He said, "What car is it?" I'm not sure which car you're referring to. And then Mike said, "What's the progress on the Streamliner?" Which you
Yeah.
kind of were answering.
Yeah, so like, I want to work on the Streamliner, but I want to work on everything. So the big thing is the Streamliner will get worked on when the MGA is done for next season and the Modified Roadster is done for next season. So those have to get done first because I can't work on a car that is still 5+ years away from hitting the salt when I have cars that need to be done for next season.
Yeah,
So that's kind of the big thing, and I'm hoping once we get back from Australia, Tom will be able to come into town and help get that stuff underway. I did get the water tank ordered in for we're gonna run a 19-gallon water tank for the supercharger intercooler. So that is here, it's set in the car, but I still gotta pull out some of the interior aluminum so we can redo some of the electrical stuff. We're just gonna move some switches around to where I'm happier with it. and I got to repair the belly pans, repair the exhaust, and get stuff kind of fixed from our spins at Bonneville.
Yeah.
And then we can work on the red Roadster, and then hopefully get back on the Streamliner from there.
Yeah. I was gonna say the only bad part too is with the Streamliner. I feel like you get to a point where a lot of the stuff was starting to be big money stuff.
Yeah,
too.
and that's the big thing is it's like the engine, the transmission are going to be big dollar items. So it's going to be tinkering little stuff like building water tanks and building air boxes and building a fuel tank and getting the system put together. But it's still a lot of money to go into that. So yeah, progress will still be slow on it. And then, I mean, I might start building the body and just leave the engine compartment open until we figure out what we want to do there.
Yeah. Gabe wanted to know, or says, he knows you're not a big YouTube watcher, but something to watch on the flight and on the way to Australia. And it says, watch on the flight in 3 miles. So I might have not gotten that right. About the Rolling Bones car shop trip to Bonneville.
Yep, I've seen that. Yeah, it was an Atomic Industries movie with Brian Darwas. I think I watched it on Hulu. Yeah.
Or did we watch it on Prime? Did I watch it with you?
Maybe.
We watch it on Prime?
Possibly. Yeah, so like I've got those ideas, and then I'm also going to take my my Fair Aim study guide to work on pilot's license stuff. So if I'm stuck in the airplane, I might be able to study for a couple hours here, a couple hours there, and work on that stuff because I'm really bad about doing the book work.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my big holdup. But you know, if I get 40 hours of flight time, or just sitting in an airplane with nothing to do on the way there and back, and bored in the hotel in the middle of the night, maybe I can study for a little bit and work on getting that book work handled.
Yeah. Brayden said, what kind of damage did the belly pan? Did the spins do? Sorry.
It ripped the splitter off, it ripped the front belly pan completely off, ripped some of the front inner wheel wells out, ripped the exhaust off, and just beat up the belly pans and the diffusers. So I just got to take everything apart, and of course I'm going to build a new front belly pan, new inner wheel wells, and a new splitter. But I have to repair all the damage that was done on the salvageable ones. So all the strakes on the diffuser, they were kind of beat up, so I got to take them off, hammer them back straight, send them out, and I'll have them powder coated. So just a lot of cleanup work with that. And every time I look at the car and I think I've got all of the salt off of it, I find another chunk somewhere.
Yeah.
So it's just a mess.
Yeah. Gabe said that was it.
Yeah.
The show. DJ said, did you run at El Mirage?
We did run at El Mirage. We ran in May and June with the MGA. But after Bonneville, our season is done, not just because of the car, but like this weekend is the World Finals at Bonneville. I wouldn't have had time to go out there with this trip coming up, and then I get home from Australia, and then the following weekend is El Mirage season ender. So I don't have time to race anymore this season.
Yeah, and because I think we got a couple new people too, so we're located on the east side of Cincinnati, Ohio, so a trip to El Mirage is a 2-day at least drive.
Yeah, that's 2 14-hour day drive to get there.
Pushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for us, we have to be strategic about when we go.
Yeah, and same thing with Bonneville. You know, it's 2 days there and then 2 days home, and then I'm kind of dead for a couple days afterwards.
Yeah.
So just with as busy as I am preparing for this trip to Australia, it was, we decided Speed Week in August was it for the 2025 racing season. And next year, I think we're going to try to do May at El Mirage, August Speed Week, and November at El Mirage. Unless I decide to leave the car out there and then fly back and forth, we might try to hit some more events. But even that, you know, flying to and from California once a month is a bit rough.
Yeah.
So I just picked a terrible place to be to want to race out west all the time.
I know, because we do like it here in Ohio generally.
Yeah.
So
It's just, there's nowhere to race like Bonneville and El Mirage around here.
yeah, remember all that rain we just showed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's been raining for 6 days.
No, I think it started Sunday.
Oh, did it? I thought it started
Sunday, and today's only Thursday. So, I mean, it's still like 4 days, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone said, how are you doing?
We're doing good.
Did you want to know if you prefer the salt or dirt course?
It depends. I like both for different reasons. I like El Mirage because you don't have to clean up the salt, but it's very dusty and it's a short course and it's harder. I like Bonneville because it's a longer course, and just the atmosphere being out in the middle of nowhere on salt's cool, but I definitely don't like the cleanup.
Yeah, yeah. And then Fabit said, plus you have cars in the shop to work on too, besides
Exactly.
just. So that's exactly it, is trying to figure out how to space the trips out so when you're gone, it's not as bad.
Yeah, and hopefully eventually in the next few years we can get social media and the web store off the ground, and I can just focus on racing and building things that I want and putting the content out for you guys. So that's a little bit of a pipe dream. It might happen, it might not, but that would be the ticket to where I just can afford to go build race cars, go racing, and just give you guys the content. So we'll see if that happens, and then I don't have to worry about customer cars so much.
Yeah.
But right now, I have to worry about them.
Yeah. Jim Edgington said, enjoying as always. He wants to know, how's the elbow tendonitis?
It's good so far. I was a little worried yesterday because when I'm doing those frame rails, once you switch over to Easy Way, it puts them kind of in a funky unbalance. So you have, like, the way you have to twist the tube as the clamping die comes in, and it puts a lot of stress on your forearm muscles, and they were a little achy last night. And I'm like, man, this is just what I need, is to get tinnitus right before I go to Australia and teach for a month.
Yeah.
And that even reminds me, I got to put on the board, and I'll do that now so I don't forget. I got an order yesterday for a 33-34 3-window roof. So.
I thought you were going to say pack Advil.
No, 33,
but that too.
34 3-window roof.
Dennis is asking me what's for dinner. I don't know, because Mike was asking me that earlier, and I also said, I don't know. I almost told him we have dinner at home.
Yeah. Where's the fun with that?
I know. And then he's like, for real? And I said, I'll probably go out because by the time I'll just be too tired.
Yeah.
Outshine Copper said, any tips or things that you would be keeping in mind when making a missing piece for a vehicle based off of only pictures to go off of? Ooh.
So there's a lot that goes in with that. If all you have is pictures, that means you don't have a reference, so you really can't be wrong as long as it looks right. I always like to scale it based on the rim size, because that's pretty standard. Just make sure you have a good side profile, top profile, and front and or back, and just do your best to scale accordingly and make sure it looks right.
Yeah.
The radius can be a little wrong based on a picture, but if it looks right, who's going to argue? I've done some cars that are 1 or 2 in existence, so scaling stuff off of pictures is a challenge, but if it looks like the picture, who's going to argue that it's not the right part? So.
Apparently everybody on Facebook. But
apparently everybody on Facebook. But hey, that's a whole different discussion.
Gabe said the salt cleanup does suck. He's still cleaning up his from Motorcycle Week.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just like every time you turn around, you're like, I got it all. You'll find a big clump somewhere, and it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then it never stops.
Todd said, so the roof inserts, how do they mount, and do they weld them in?
So it depends. A lot of guys are getting steel roof inserts and they trim it out and weld it in. Personally, I like aluminum ones just because they're aluminum race car parts. And what I usually do is, it might be easier to draw.
I was going to say, can we show?
I don't have any of those here.
I know. I was going to say, I don't think. Todd at first said, do they TIG them in? But if it's steel, they're...
Well, if they're steel, they're going to TIG weld it in. If it's aluminum, you can't weld ferrous and non-ferrous.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is we'll just, again, this is Mike's bad art project here, so I'm not very good at drawing things. So there's your roof opening. What I will do is I'll make a frame that runs around the whole thing. Again, not very good artist, but it will be usually 14 gauge steel. I'll bend it into a 90 in the press brake, and then I'll shrink and stretch to the top to where it fits down into the opening. And then I'll take our skin and put it over it, and I'll wrap it just like a door skin around the corners. So then this steel piece can be bolted in. We've done that a couple in the past. Like, I'll just put bolt flanges on the inside where it drops down, you can bolt it in and you can put a gasket underneath of it. You can either do it that way or you can just quarter turn it right to the roof like a race car. There are, maybe I'll do some pictures. I'll have to dig them up. We've done a couple 3334s that have bolt-in inserts where I've done that inner structure.
Yeah.
I like that a lot because it looks really trick, it's smooth, and like I said, you can put a gasket in it and nobody would know.
Is that the alternative to like the wood?
Yeah, I just take the
Right.
wood, I take all the wood out and I make this inner structure and that just bolts in.
Yeah, because do people usually have the wood still? Or
Some
is it,
do.
Some do. I was like, I remember a little bit about that, but not a ton. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
I'm
so
like,
I just make the skins and however they want to put them in, they can put them in.
Yeah.
I mean, they could pop rivet it in if they want, but I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so like over here is it's a 33, 34 3 window. I've got to ship that one to New Jersey, but man, just the freight is just brutal lately. So I signed up with a DHL hoping I could do a domestic DHL thing, and they don't do that anymore. It's all out of country, so.
Yeah. Todd said thanks. He has always wondered about that.
Yep, and then this is an aluminum insert on a 3536. So you can see, like, I would make that channel fit down into here. And then you can wrap it.
Cool. Michael Anderson is here from Australia.
Thanks. And since we got another Australian guy, if you're coming to the Sydney class or going to be around Sydney and you want me to bring stuff for you like t-shirts, tools, any of that stuff you want to purchase, let me know so I can make sure to set it aside for you. Because we're going to ship out, I think, on Wednesday. That gives us 8 days. Once we ship, it'll be in transit for 8 days and it should get there when I get there.
Yeah.
So.
Hopefully before you.
Hopefully before.
And I'll
in reality. But I still do have a couple days of buffer because once I get there, we're going to go to the Bathurst race.
Yeah.
So we don't start classes immediately. We're going to do Bathurst and then I come back and we'll get rolling on the classes.
Yeah. Brandon wants to know what's the average ballpark for shipping roof inserts domestically?
It depends. It's usually like $400 or $500 through UPS, which I think is just brutal. Because like it makes no sense. I just shipped one DHL. It went to Mexico, and it was like $280 through DHL. And I'm like, how can they ship it for $280, but UPS ground is like almost $500?
Yeah.
And none of it makes sense. But then like if I do it through my Shopify store, it's $200 UPS. It's just none of this stuff makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Michael said UPS, useless parcel service.
Yeah,
Well-
FedEx isn't much better.
And I ordered that book. I pre-ordered a book that came out Tuesday. It showed up here Tuesday,
Yep.
right? But it's UPS, and my tracking said it would be here Friday.
It was USPS.
Or USPS.
Yeah, that was USPS.
Oh, but my tracking said it would be here Friday. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, whatever. I mean, yeah, and you've had that with some
Yeah.
stuff too, where
Yeah.
people they're not quite sure where it is. Tracking's kind of the joke, I
Yeah,
think.
and like I said earlier in the video, I think we're going to try to do a longer format, 20, 25
Yeah.
minutes on the Linux this weekend. So if you guys have any questions about Linux or reciprocating machines, make sure to drop comments down below or in any other videos so I can get those into the video on it. Because we're going to go over basic usage, how it works, tooling design, how I make tooling, show some of the tooling I've got, and do some demonstrations on different types of tools. So again, it's not going to be the in-depth, end-all discussion on Linuxes or reciprocating machines, but it will be enough to make you dangerous. So if you have specific questions you want, make sure to get those to me, and that would be a perfect place or a perfect thing to do in the Discord server for anybody that's on there. So yeah. So hopefully that'll be a good video. You guys really seem to be liking that style of tool talk and covering basic information. So,
Yeah, Fabit said yeah, and not how to break a tool.
yeah, let's not break tools.
Yeah, I think, but that Discord is a good idea of put questions for any kind of anything you'd want to see in a video,
Yeah, I
topics
mean-
you'd like us to cover.
Yeah, that'd be another good thing, you know, with the benefits of being on the Discord server is that you get access to help curate the videos to what you guys want to see.
Yeah.
So more benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what other questions you guys got? Yeah, now that we came over here in the corner, the HVAC kicked off, so we don't have to listen to it run.
Yeah.
So we can go this way.
Okay.
And I'm trying to be better about not turning my back on the camera, but I also feel weird walking around backwards. and afraid that I'm going to run into stuff.
Well, yeah, welcome to my world.
Yep. So what other questions you guys got?
Someone said, any chance of doing a tutorial on how to use a planishing hammer correctly?
Yep, that is in the works because, like I said, we did hammers and dollies, and we did the kick shrinkers and stretchers. We're going to do the Linux, we're going to do a wheeling machine, power hammer, planishing hammer, might do one on tuck shrinking. So we'll just go around to a bunch of the different machines and how stuff works.
Yeah, and he said how to set the gap between the dies, etc., and that he loves his new shirt.
Yeah, thanks, I appreciate it.
Thank you. Big Wig said, do you have a Viper chair?
I have multiple Viper chairs.
Yeah, let's show them.
Yeah.
I love Viper chairs too.
Yeah, so I've got, just watch your step when you come over here.
Okay, I'm gonna go around the long way.
Okay. So the interesting thing is I've been a Viper chair fan for a really, really long time.
Do you have a prototype?
I think this is Viper Chair Production 002. So this was pre-release, pre-mass production tester. I've known these guys for a long time and worked with their dad, Chris. So I was able to get my hands on one of the early ones. So we've got this one, and then we have this one.
Well, it's one of my favorites because it's got a back.
And we've got this one that's a little bit taller. And then I have the little detailing stool. And then out in the race trailer, I have one of the Viper creepers. So I leave that one in the race trailer. So yeah, this one has been around a really long time. I'm trying to think of when we got it.
Pre-COVID, right?
I think it was pre-COVID.
Our friends' children love the Viper chairs because then they can scooch around the shop really fast.
Yep. Yeah, this thing has tons of miles on it, just zipping back and forth in the shop from my buddy's kids.
Yeah, it's good to entertain children when it's not a very child-friendly shop, but it is enough that we can keep them busy.
That's right.
Michael Anderson said, slapping panels to remove ripples, etc. I think he means for a video. And Ron Cavell did a shop chair video a few months back too.
Oh, nice.
Oh. You don't, I guess I shouldn't speak for you, but do you like sit in these a lot while you work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I use, like they're all around the welding table. So like I usually weld in this one. Like I don't sit a lot when I'm working in general, but like taking notes or if I'm working on something low to the ground, I'll sit in a chair.
Yeah, I feel like you stand a lot.
I do, because if I sit, I get tired. So a lot of times I am standing, but if I'm welding, I usually sit in one of these here at the welding table.
Oh yeah, yeah, because you had your armrest a couple weeks ago.
Yep. Yeah, did some production fixture welding and had the rotary table out, so.
We might have to wrap up shortly.
Yep. Yeah, so we'll give it a few more minutes. Yeah. So get those last minute questions in, and we'll get those answered. And then we have to go so we can call Vaughn from Moto Retro.
Yeah. Vinny said he has an old cast iron English wheel. I wriggle with the wheel marks on the panels. They're full radius dies. Could you go over all that kind of stuff in the wheeling video?
Yep. I don't know if my...
Oh, he struggles with wheeling marks. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I understand
yeah,
now.
we can go over some of that. The best thing I can tell you, make sure that your wheels are completely polished and that you're using the lowest crown anvil you can for the radius of your panel. That seems to be the biggest struggle when people are getting into wheeling panels, is they're getting too aggressive with too much radius at the beginning. You have to build that shape up. If say your panel only needs to have a 12-inch radius and you put an 8-inch die in it, that contact patch is going to be so small that it's going to leave aggressive tooling marks that you have to get out. So always make sure that that you're using the lowest crown anvil you can for the radius you're trying to achieve. Make sure that they're square, that the lower tool isn't offset. Other than that, it's kind of tough without having that. But when we do a video, I'll talk a lot about setup and tracking patterns and which tooling to use and which radius to pick.
Yeah. Someone said, on average, how heavy are your metal slappers?
It depends. I wish I could remember off the top of my head.
Or maybe like your slapper that you sell? You want to
Yeah.
start with that one?
Yeah. So this one, I don't know. I'm not good at judging weight. That's what I'm trying to remember. I think it's like 1.5 pounds to ship, and that's box and everything. I'd have to put it on a scale.
Maybe a pound.
Maybe. Well, here. I don't know how accurate our freight scale is.
I don't know if I can go all the way back there. So.
You stay there and talk, and I'll tell you.
Okay. And then someone else wants to know if you have any tips on dialing in a jump shear.
Less than a pound.
Less than a pound on the slapper.
Because it doesn't even
Officially.
register on our freight scale.
Yeah, it didn't register on the scale, so. Oh yeah, I forget you have a microphone, they can hear you.
What was the other question?
Tips on dialing in a jump shear?
I don't know. I've never really had to mess with fine-tuning one. Yeah, so I'm not a good source of information on that.
Look at you.
Yeah.
Some you don't know.
Something I don't know. Yeah, so last minute questions. And we'll wrap this one up. We
Go
gotta,
that way.
we gotta go this way. Just step
this
over
way.
these.
Ooh,
Just step
if
like
I
that.
fall. Oop,
If you fall, it'll make for good video.
made it.
Yep.
It's touch and go.
Yep, so we're gonna wrap things up, get those last minute questions in. I appreciate you guys being here and supporting the channel and supporting all the videos. If you want to support us in other ways, make sure to check out our Patreon page, Cornfield Customs, or patreon.com/Cornfield Customs. That gets you access to our Discord server where we've got 2 different types of chats for 2 different tiers. The podcast is going to be on there. You guys can listen to that. So make sure to check that out. And Jamie, do we have a question?
We have questions.
Okay.
So Brandon wants to know on that louvering tool you had, did it cut and press or did you just have to pre-cut first?
Nope, it shears and forms all in one shot.
Cool. And then Outshine Copper said, I know the price is the price and it takes what it takes, but when you were starting out, how did you deal with customers wanting a ballpark idea on prices, time involved in making a part or panel?
I would do my best to guesstimate, and then I would lose my ass every time. So that's why I don't give prices anymore. Because no matter what, it was never accurate. And the problem too is they add more to it. So how much for XYZ? You guesstimate, and then they add 10 more things to the top of it and still think that it corresponds with XYZ. So if you're quoting prices, just be prepared to suck it up because it's really going to be tough unless you overbid by 4 or 5 times and then come in under. It's just tough.
Fabit said, have a great evening, a great week. Todd said it was nice to see me on the video. He's never seen me before, and I seem like a pleasant lady.
She's all right.
Until I'm hungry.
Yeah, she's all right sometimes.
Then not so much. No, I'm just kidding. Brandon said, nice. And Michael said cost per hour seems to be the way here in Australia too.
Yeah, and it's just tough. Like any custom work, if it's not by the book, even on old stuff, by the book stuff doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Time and material is the only way that you're gonna be successful.
Yeah, without getting too far into it, I think even the shop you helped out with for a while too, they were trying to use software to do.
Yeah, classic car maintenance, and they were using modern estimating software.
Doesn't
and
work.
every time they were losing tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Like you can't do it on old stuff because say you look at the book and it says, okay, to change this carburetor out, it's 2 hours, and then you break a bolt, can't go buy the book.
Right. Vinny wants to know future classes, and we're.
Yep, the classes, we have the dates lined out. I might put those up this weekend. I've had a couple people email me wanting the schedule out early. So I might go ahead and post them and then leave it private unless it's, I'll do the pre-release to our patron members and our members list on here and our newsletter. Let the newsletter people know first, and then we will launch it publicly. So probably in the next couple weeks, right before I go to Australia, I'll get it out to you guys.
DJ said, thanks. Is that a hat pastrami t-shirt?
Yes, it is a hat pastrami t-shirt.
It is.
I love the hat.
Loves the hat.
Yeah.
Mike said the only price pieces you make regularly, like your roof skins. Yeah.
Yeah, something that I've made bunches of and I know what it takes. Frame rails, roof inserts, door skins, stuff like that. I can price that out, but any additional work on top of that is time and material only.
Yeah, and he also said allow for increases in steel costs. And yeah, we have to adjust for some of that stuff. Try to do that only like annually.
Yeah, I try to do it annually.
Yeah. And Outside Copper said thanks. So I think we're probably about ready because we've only
Yeah.
got a couple minutes till we have to get on that other call. So
Yep. Yeah. So again, thank you guys so much for checking out this live. Make sure to be here next Thursday at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time for Live and Dirty at 5:30. Check out our Patreon link. Check out our Discord server, Facebook, Instagram, all of those other social media cesspools where you can watch everybody argue with me. It's always a fun time. So check that stuff out. Head over to our website, cornfieldcustomsltd.com. Sign up for our newsletter. You get early access to stuff and just monthly updates on things in the shop. And we have a reader's ride so other people can submit what they're working on, and I get that out to you guys. Check out some of the great products we've got. And I think that's all I've got.
yeah,
So
thanks guys. Have
yeah,
a great night. We
thanks a
appreciate
lot.
it.
And hopefully I'll see you guys in the comment section. If not, we'll see you here.